Good evening, Harrison parents. Thank you so much for coming out tonight to our curriculum night here at Harrison. Today, you will hear a lot of information about what your child's school day entails. I wanted to make sure that while we have you here, we were able to share some information with you that is really important as it relates to student attendance. The laws have changed with regards to student attendance, and it is focused and in accordance with the House Bill 410. So I have a friend along with me, and we're just going to talk through a little bit about what our new attendance policy looks like as it relates to the new law.
Sounds good.
Okay, so do you have kids?
I do have children.
Okay, and are they school-age children?
They are school age.
Okay. So, how do you handle their school attendance? Do they attend school on a regular basis?
They do really well this year.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, this year.
We've had a few problems.
Okay.
We came back around.
All right. So, tell me something. If you should happen to need an appointment for your child, and it's a doctor's appointment, how do you kind of work that around school?
Optimally, what I like to do is schedule their doctor's appointment first thing in the morning or as late in the day as possible.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but sometimes we all know that that's just not possible. So how do you handle a situation where you can't get it at 7:30 in the morning or you can't get it at 3:30 in the afternoon?
Sometimes we've had appointments at 11 o'clock, and what I do is I send my child to school, and then I'll pick him up at 10:30, and when the appointment's over, I take him back to school.
Wow. Well, you would be in line with the law.
Excellent.
Because what happens is now we move from days to hours. So school attendance is looked at with regards to hours. So, for example, if you bring your child to school and they come back after their doctor's appointments, they're only logged for the time that they were gone. And guess what? If you take them during a time that is considered non-instructional, so that would be their lunchtime or their recess time, then that wouldn't even count into the hours of school.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
That is neat.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have some parents, unfortunately, who kids, they did not make it to school like the first week of school.
Oh.
So when we're looking at hours, that puts you at like missing almost 38 hours of school.
And that's quite a bit.
Right. And that 38 hours is our triggering point. That's when you've considered to reach that threshold where we can impose our first attempt to address your attendance issue. So that's through letter, that's through mediations. We have to implement an intervention team with families and monitor their attendance. And if there's no growth throughout that period of time, then we're forced to file in juvenile court.
And that's not good.
No,
not at all.
It's not good. It's not.
No.
It is really important that parents understand the importance of coming to school and why our students really need to be here. Their plates are full with the standards that they're faced with in every grade level. And so it's really important. I think the court system, legislatures are trying to work with us and make sure that kids are being held accountable and are receiving what they should receive as it relates to education. And so I just encourage parents and yourself, and you can help spread the word that, picking your kids up at 2:45 when school gets out at 3:05 may seem like it's towards the end of the day. It doesn't matter anyway. They're not really doing anything but packing up. Those minutes add up. And if you're doing that every day or you're doing that twice a week, you could put yourself in a situation where you're at that threshold, and then we're coming to you with papers for an attendance intervention plan.
And the end of the day is still instructional time.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
I do also want to stress that that's also excused or unexcused. So it's really important because none of us never know, like if you really get sick and you may have a doctor's excuse. But if you have missed all these other hours, here and there because you had to get home earlier or you had to pick up somebody else, or you couldn't get to the other side of town in time. And then you add that to maybe the 5 days you were out of school with an excuse for a strep throat or whatever. It doesn't matter. It still adds up. So there's no difference between the excused or unexcused.
And that's different.
That is
Yes.
different. So if you have any other questions about student attendance and the transition from days to hours, I'd be happy to talk to you more about it and help you understand how it impacts you and your child. Thank you so much, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of our curriculum night.